This is Lori Silvera, and I am here with the infamous Ray Higdon, the one and the only. My husband and I have had this amazing opportunity to learn from Ray, work with Ray, and his lovely wife, Jessica, and of course their beautiful daughter, Sabrina. I can't leave her out. And Ray has this really cool story of basically foreclosure to success in 6 years, 7 years. I'm not sure how long it's been.
Yeah, I mean, it depends what your version is. I mean, I was in foreclosure, should I say, and within 5 months of focus was at 10,000 a month.
Wow. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
And now he's built this amazing company and online presence and a 7-figure earner. And so I wanted to ask Ray what he believes is, you could give like one tip for an entrepreneur to help them in their journey. What one thing would you say to them, maybe there's more than one, that
Sure.
could really kind of propel them to success?
Yeah, I think a lot of people that haven't yet achieved a level of success that they're happy with, or whatever they define, they think that it's lack of obstacles that the successful have that they don't, and they think that their obstacles are what are preventing them, or that that the successful person just never got stuck, or never had struggles, or never had unsupportive people, or things like that. And the truth is, it's not a lack of obstacles, it's not a lack of circumstances, it's the existence of those things. It's just that the successful person doesn't allow themselves to stay in a place for a very long time. And so you'll see two different sets of people, both have the same cataclysmic or devastating struggle happen, or circumstance or something like that happen to them. The successful person will certainly be affected, just not nearly as long. And so I look at my story in that I ran in the in a real estate investment crowd, and when the market crashed, all of us were singing the blues. All of us were
Tough time.
Yeah.
A lot of people just lost everything.
Absolutely, and I was one of them. And so all of us had tears in our beers, and it was just tough times. And some people 6 years later are still there. They're still in that, oh man, I used to have a successful business. They didn't do something about it. And so understand that if you're moving toward a massive goal and you want to create success in your life, you're going to have obstacles. You're going to have punches in the face. You're going to have those kind of things happen. It's how long do you allow them to affect you negatively, which is going to dictate whether you have success or not.
You actually shared a very powerful story with us in our Facebook group, and I didn't share this with you, or I haven't shared with you until just now, but you shared a story about how one of the guys that you were working with, he made one decision and you made another.
Yeah.
And that has stuck with me, because I don't remember exactly how you put it, but basically you said that my friend, he decided to follow the normal path of go back to his old job and work harder and try to pay off all his debt. And you made a different decision.
Yeah, this was a guy that I worked with on a daily basis, and when the market tanked, both of us stopped making money. And he had been a contractor for a corporation. He was living in Florida, but he used to live in Michigan. And he actually went back to Michigan, went back to work for a contractor, started studying tax law so that he could get out of some of the different foreclosures and things like that.
Ever think you can think your way out of something, right?
But and he successfully was able to get some of that stuff off his record or whatever he owed or whatever. Me, I focused on making money, and I focused on how do I just build from scratch? How do I create a new business, a new life? And and that all of those things worked out. I didn't want to go back. I wanted to take those experiences and move forward and create a different life, and we did. I find that it's tough if your first reaction to obstacle is to go back to where you were, and I didn't want to do that.
That's good. One last thing, you shared this really great analogy of a football field, right? Everybody's at a different place in their journey, and I thought this analogy of the football field was just it really puts a picture to what a lot of people are experiencing. Would you mind sharing that?
Sure. So, I first heard this from a friend of mine, Mark, and he talks about how when someone begins with something, they may be very close to their goals, like emotionally, philosophically, spiritually, maybe even financially. I don't know. And sometimes people start on a journey and they only need a couple tweaks. Like a lot of times we work with clients that are, at a certain, financial range, and with a couple tweaks we can have them, double, triple their business, and it's pretty awesome.
That's good.
Sometimes people are starting a journey and they're very far away from their goal. And the people that are very far away from their goal tend to compare themselves in a negative fashion to those that have faster success. And, it reminds me of, my friend Eric says, you're either punished or rewarded for the life you led before you start your journey. And so if you have invested heavily in yourself and you've surrounded yourself with mentors and you've really been in the work for a long time, you're typically going to be rewarded. If you have not shown up, if you haven't kept your word, haven't been of integrity, haven't done the things that maybe you should have done to build yourself, you're typically going to be punished. And so we use the football analogy in that some people, when they start their journey, they're inches away from the goal line. They need a couple tweaks and touchdown.
Yep.
Some people start at the 20-yard line, the 50-yard line. Some people start in the parking lot. Some people start down the block. Some people are not even in the right city. They can't even see the stadium.
Yeah.
And the key thing to understand is in all those scenarios, you can get to the goal. You can get there.
That's good.
It just may take you a longer amount of time.
Yep.
The amount of time you spend comparing yourself to someone who's further down the path that's again more time spent not attaining what you want, and it will prevent you from hitting your goal.
I feel like a lot of times we diminish the days of the small beginnings.
Yeah.
And that is absolutely pivotal to our journey forward. And and what you're saying is, if you spend all your time talking down to yourself about where you are instead of talking yourself up about where you want to go,
or celebrating your wins.
Yes. Oh, that's so
that you got your first lead, that you got your first successful sale.
Yes.
Or celebrate those wins.
That's good.
Yep.
Well, thank you, Ray, for taking some time to encourage my audience. You're awesome. We appreciate you. Talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.